Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video here on the Guy-san channel. So today we're going to talk about mental problems and challenges we have through life and stuff that happens to us that makes us feel like hopeless and without any energy to keep going. And I would like to talk about to address to the matter because it's happening to me for a while now and I feel I haven't properly talked about it, especially here on the channel, which is the main place where I do stuff like this. So I just wanted to talk to you about it because maybe some of you are facing similar issues, if not other issues that makes you want to go crazy. We're facing pandemic, we're facing loads of things that leave us on the very edge of existence, right? So that's why I wanted to talk about this today. And also I have a special thing to show you that may be helpful to all of you. It has been helpful for me for years now and I still use it up until today. And I wanted to show you this special thing. But first, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel to grow. It helps me to make you more awesome content. Yes? Okay, so straight to the video with no more ado. Okay, so lately I've been talking to my psychologist and she asked me a few tests, clinical tests to see if I'm lacking any vitamin or whatever, if something is wrong with my body that is making me think the way I am currently. Because honestly, I've been having like loads of suicidal thoughts. Every time a certain problem shows up and something triggers me, my mind goes into a crazy spiral of thought and pressure on itself that eventually the pressure is so high up that I'm just like, oh my God, I just want to die, And I've been having anxiety attacks and I don't know, I might be with depression. The psychologist said that she wanted this test taken, like blood tests and everything, to see if everything was all right with me. And if it wasn't, then maybe we should start pointing to the direction of treatment to depression. It kind of scared me a little bit, to be honest, because that was like a hard thing. It was kind of a shock. Those things that you kind of know, but you don't really believe, oh, maybe it's not, maybe I'm just, being under too much pressure and stuff like that. It's just a phase, it's going to pass soon, and it just doesn't. So when you hear it properly from a professional telling you, okay, so maybe you will have depression, it's kind of shocking, to be honest. And of course, when I'm here on the channel, I'm talking to the camera, I'm talking to you guys, I'm always like cheerful and happy and smiley, because truly my goal here is to cheer you up, because maybe you're going through something, maybe you're going through some hardship in your life, and that's my goal. My goal is to cheer you up a little bit, And that's why I make so much effort to keep on posting on this channel, even though it's very hard for me. But leaving that aside, let's address to some issues that I've been having at the moment. So currently I'm living with my parents. I'm 27 years old. I'm still about to finish college. I haven't done it yet because I started late and I haven't even finished it. So that's pressure. Also, I have a job that doesn't pay much, but I do have a job. And even though it doesn't pay much, it's a very stable and safe kind of job. So I'm okay with that. Thank God I have that to hold on to. But even at work, things are very wrong. Like people are, it doesn't work properly. I don't really like to work there. So being able to leave would be nice. If I had any other thing to do, it would be nice for me to leave that and to be able to earn big money and to be able to, make a living for myself other than just being here in my parents' basement. Because truly, the room where I am right now, it wasn't supposed to be a room. They made this years ago in an emergency, like to create an extra room in the house because they needed. And actually, this wasn't supposed to be a room. There's a window over here that leads to the bathroom. So really, this is not a basement because here in Brazil, we don't really have basement usually. But if I would compare, this would be like a basement room or maybe even worse. And it's so humid here because the pavement was built so low under the level of the actual ground, and there's so much humidity coming from the ground and from the bathroom. There wasn't supposed to be a window over there, that everything apparently rots in my room. Everything creates mold here. My clothes, my books. I literally just cleaned a book, a very expensive and beautiful book that I have that has a leather cover, and I had to clean it because it was creating mold on the cover, and it's just sad, you know. And I usually use some products to clean, but normally I would use vinegar because it's a very good cleaner for mold, by the way, if you don't know that. But truly, there's so much pressure going on right now. I feel like a failure, really, you know. All this talent that I used to have at school, you know, I was a straight A student and I had a very promising future. I just feel like I failed, you know. I don't know what happened. What the fuck happened? Whatever happened. So getting emotional there, buddy. Okay, we're good. We're back on track, hopefully. So I really feel like I failed. Like I'm living in this basement room. Everything that I have is creating mold. It feels like I'm a rock just standing there and creating mold on myself because I'm too old and abandoned to be used in any sort of way. And that builds a huge pressure because every social meeting, every family gathering is a pain because you kind of, I don't know, maybe they don't even expect me to, but the feeling I have is I should have, you know, good news to tell my family. I should have like, oh, I got a promotion at work. Oh, I'm buying a new apartment. Oh, I bought a car. Oh, I'm getting married. All those milestones that people have in their lives. I feel like I'm missing all of them, you know, at once. And I didn't even finish college. Sometimes I tend to blame my parents because of their bad decisions in life that impacted mine. But truly, at the end of the day, all I have to blame is myself. Because what the fuck? You know, what I'm doing with my life. And also, there's this other thing happening. I've been talking to this girl and she's lovely, really, and I really like her, but I'm so afraid that I'm truly going to fail on everything I do that like I'm not going to be able to sustain a relationship. And at times I feel like if I don't have any money, I'm going to have a relationship because those things demand money. Of course, you have to like and love and cherish the other person, but a relationship also needs money to run, you know, it needs fuel to run. Everything needs money, actually, to be honest. And I feel like I don't deserve to have it if I don't have money. So this is a big thing that I'm working out currently with my psychologist and with myself. I even talked to this girl about it and she totally understood and, you know, comforted me, talked to me about it. And she was really sweet about it, which makes me feel greater pressure because I need to do something with my life. I need to get a grip. I need to, you know, do something. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Wait for it. Something good is about to come. Okay, let's do this together. Thank you very much for your support. And the special thing I wanted to show you is this. So this is the leather bag that I was also cleaning. It's even smelling like vinegar and I hate the smell because of what it represents to me. But anyways, so this leather bag here is filled with notebooks of all possible colors and sizes and shapes. And in those notebooks we have, this is the very first one that I remember having. It's Albert Einstein riding a bicycle. So, okay, so let's see these first. So I used to draw and write about big things that happened in my life. Can you see? In any language, any matter that I see fit, I would just do it. So for example, here I was feeling angry and I would just like, this is what angry and anger felt like. So I just draw. And this would be like a monster, like a weird monster that lived inside of me and made me feel sad and stuff like that. Or my fears. So you see, this was when I was listening a lot to Mouse, you know Mouse, the DJ. So I feel very nice, I feel great about sharing this with you guys because this has been helping me for years. This is the very last thread holding the entire rope right now. And also I named the notebooks, you know, like for example, this one is called Teodoro for whatever reason, I don't know why. Oh, this is when I went to an expo from Salvador Dali. You can see like the mustache and the eye here, kind of reminds me of him, and the butterfly here. So sometimes I would write, sometimes I would just write, but this has been helping me a lot. Oh, and I also would do this because I saw in Still Like an Artist, the book, you know, so I would always like cut from newspapers and magazines and do this kind of stuff. This was when I was studying Kabbalah. See? So there's the 10 Sefirot here, and there's a prayer written in Aramaic here, and the letter Beit here. I don't remember which one, when was this? And you see, sometimes people think that you have to have a very expensive notebook in order to do that, but you don't really. For example, this one I made myself. You see, like it's not completed. There's just a few pages written and drawn, but I made it myself. Like, I really did it. It's ugly and kind of weird, but I'm glad I did, you know. And also, if you look at the cover, at the time I was studying to go to college, you know, to the entrance test. And I had this friend where, like, his way of learning, of absorbing knowledge was writing. So he would take a page and just write things down. And he would take a book and copy things from the book until it got into his brain. And he would do this like all over again in the same page. Like, it doesn't, for him, it didn't really matter if he would write on top of other things, because all he needed to do was the physical act of writing down for him to absorb things. So he would do like over and over and over and over again in the same page, whatever subject, whatever thing. And I liked it, so I asked him, hey, can I keep this sheet of paper that you used? He said, yeah, sure, whatever, take it. But you can't really read it. Like, no, I'm not interested in reading it. I'm interested in the thing that he created. So I cut it and I glued on the cover so it looks like this, you know, kind of. So it doesn't have to be expensive. You can make your own notebook. It can be any sort of notebook. Usually I use notebooks without the lines, just clean sheet of paper, because I like to draw. I like to be more free when I write down my feelings and thoughts, and also lines and, you know, being kind of limited reminds me a little bit of school, and I just don't want it to feel that limitation. I want to have a free space where I can express myself. Yeah, maybe if you do this, maybe if you have, it doesn't have to be a diary, you don't have to write on it every single day, but whenever you feel your mind is too full, or whenever you feel you're having a panic or a burnout or a anxiety episode, you can just take your notebook, lock yourself in your room and write it down, draw, do whatever, you know, just throw your thoughts on the paper, because they are lying to you. They're making you feel like shit when you're actually an amazing human being, full of energy and talent. So don't allow those bad thoughts to become you, because they're not you, they're separate from you. You know, it feels like they're you because they're coming from your mind and from within you, but they're not really you. Don't believe in them. And whenever they come, just let them pass. Just watch them and let them go. They come through, feel the very freaking pain that they bring with them, feel it, but then let it go, you know, because otherwise you're just going to hold them and they're just going to make you feel pain. And later on in life, when you revisit those things, you realize how much you evolved. And you notice how much of this feeling of being a failure, they're not true. You know, you've achieved things, you evolved, and that's great, you know, and it's amazing to see those things, because out of a sudden you realize, oh, I had this milestone and I did it. I accomplished it. And I had this milestone, and I had this milestone, and I completed all of them. So, like I said before, I have few milestones in my life that I haven't yet completed, and I feel bad about it. But when I look to how many milestones I did have completed, it's kind of a relief, you know, like, oh my God, I did all of this? When you look back and you see how much you've done, oh, so I haven't been stopped like a rock full of mold. I've been actually in movement. So guys, thank you very much for watching until here. I know this has been a very long video, but I'll try to make it shorter by editing stuff. And by the way, I'm trying to create videos with more simple editing so I can upload more and faster. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope I can bring more content to the channel faster and better. Okay, so once again, thank you very much for watching until here. I hope this video has inspired you in some way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being this amazing person you are, and see you on the next video. Yes, ciao ciao.